I am going to become a Steam Achievement Hunter because bigger number equals better person, but for specifically pixel art games. My dudes, what's going on? My name is GriffyBit, and welcome to my YouTube series, Pixel Perfect, aka PP. Shout out to the Twitch subs and YouTube members that keep this dream a reality. Anyways, let's get into it. Traveler's Rest, developed by Isolated Games, is released on July 28th of 2020. Is a life farming simulator with a light RPG elements. Think of Stardew Valley if you were an innkeeper. I have to say, for what it is, has a pretty solid foundation. And yes, I realize my character is bald. He was bald in Elden Ring, and by God, he is going to be bald as he becomes the Elden Tavern Keeper. This was not my suggestion, it was Twitch chat's suggestion. By the way, come watch me at twitch.tv/GriffyBit. I stream the Pixel Perfect series live 4 days a week. To start off this journey, we have the first achievement known as Reaper, which simply requires you to cut 1,000 weeds. Nothing too special, more or less just gets you in tune with the game. Yo, Reaper! Chat, first achievement! That's the first one to start off. Hell yeah, dude. Since this game is in early access, you have a choice. You can go to the north side of your map or the south side. You do not have access to the left or right sides. On the north side, in the small cave, there is a place where you can actually obtain new recipes. This leads to our next achievement, Ancient Knowledge, which is to light the fire in the Tavern Keeper's King's Temple. This unlocks recipes for vegetables, fruits, and meat dishes, as well as desserts. This will be very important later when we need to make a ton of money. By the way, quick tip, melons and watermelons are the GOAT in this game. That's another one! The next is the super easy achievement, is the Artisan achievement, which requires you to craft 50 items. You can craft things like nails, plates, or wooden boards to make those possible. You don't need to craft stuff like tables or chairs, making this an extremely easy achievement. There it is. Woo! Now for our next achievement. This is where the true bread and butter of the game comes in. Master Brewer, which requires you to brew 100 kegs of beer. Unfortunately, when it comes to this game, I feel like the problem is that it doesn't really know how to balance the prices based on what you make. So it's more of about quantity over quality. You can make any ale and it will be priced relatively the same. The only thing that really changes the price is what you put in the ale, unless it's mead. Mead is garbage, never make it. Oh, there it is, chat. Another achievement. It's time to get drunk. It's time to get crunk. A lot of the time, you're going to have to grind by chopping trees, cutting weeds, and mining rocks or minerals to help you progress and build more stuff. This brings us to the next thing. When you chop a tree or dig up a hole, you have a chance to get a sprout. You can use it to plant trees, leading to the Reforestation achievement, which requires you to plant 50 trees. Believe me, you are going to want to plant trees. Reforestation! Next up is obviously the goated part of the game. You know it, I know it, we all know it. If there's a fishing minigame, it's an S-tier game. This brings us to Hot Rod, which is to obtain your first fishing rod. You can get it from Hikari. She'll ignore you at first and be a jerk. But if you talk to her again, she'll apologize and she'll give you your first fishing pole. And we're gonna get the fishing rod? There it is, chat. Hot Rod. Bing bang Beezle, baby. That's another one. Give me that Hot Rod. All these achievements were pretty easy to get so far and didn't take much time. You can get them basically within the first season of the game, but I promise you, it gets way worse. Just to give you an idea, it took me 48 hours to get all these achievements. Now we start dipping into the tavern experience. When you're running your tavern, you're going to get to a point where customers get angry, and you have two options. Try to calm them down, or let them get angry and start talking trash to other customers. This brings us to the Boot Them Out achievement, where you have to kick out 30 of these customers with a mop, because apparently that's our melee weapon, which is oddly satisfying. Get up. That's right. There it is. Boot them out. We head back to fishing for 3 achievements. Small Fry, which is to catch a minimum size fish, Prize Catch, which is to catch a maximum size fish, and Real Pro, which is to catch 10 different types of fish. If you don't know, there are freshwater fish and saltwater fish, and certain fish only spawn in specific seasons. By the way, when it says maximum size fish, we're talking about like 6 to 7 feet sized fish. This game isn't real. It doesn't even try to be. I don't know about you, but if you're catching a 7-foot fish in a freshwater river, you're actually wildin'. Holy shit, this fish is crazy. Nice, dude. Trout and an achievement. Small Fry. Prize Catch. Catch a maximum sized fish. Oh, baby. Ooh, Real Pro, base to mouth. That's what you want. Now for this achievement, let me introduce you our soon-to-be best friend, Wilson. Wilson was shipwrecked. Bad time, bad place. It is what it is. Obviously, it's a reference. If you know, you know. There's even a little volleyball to give you that beautiful reference. This brings us to one of our biggest grinds in this game. Beachcombing, which is to pick up 20 pieces of trash. You can redeem these pieces of trash in Wilson Storage Box, exchanging one piece of trash for one Wilson token, which you could redeem for special items that will give you comfort. We'll talk more about that later.
Who buries their heckin' underwear? Wilson does.
There are multiple ways to get trash. You can dig it up, fish it, or use traps. This first achievement was moderately easy.
Yo, beachcombing.
Remember how I said how you're digging up holes? Well, we also have another one called Mind the Gap, which is to dig up 50 holes. Honestly, if you do the rotation every day, it's really fast to dig this many holes.
Hey, mind the gap.
And since I was just talking about Wilson, how you can exchange trash for coins in his storage, the next achievement is Can I Keep It, which is to obtain one of his fish tanks. I love these fish tanks. I think they're great, and they also add a ton of comfort.
And that should be it. Achievement? Bing bong. Obtain a fish tank. Well done. Chat, we are officially halfway.
What also makes this game really good for pet enjoyers is that you can actually get yourself a cat. The cat is also part of an achievement called Perfect, where you reach the highest level of affinity with your cat. To do this, you must make sure you put the water in the water dish and pet it every single day. If you do this, the little heart meter will go up, and if you get it to max, then bing bong beazle, there's the achievement.
Perfect.
It's time to head back to the Tavern Keeper's King's Temple, where we must spend 50 recipe fragments at the temple to get the achievement Raider of the Lost Culinary Arts. You get these recipe fragments by reaching new reputation levels for your inn, which is where the light RPG concept comes in. You need tavern reputation levels to unlock new recipes, skill tree options, and so on. You gain reputation by having happy customers within your tavern.
So if I buy this right now, this should be the achievement. Raiders of the Lost Culinary Arts. Shoutouts to Indiana Jones.
Once you reach high enough reputation, you'll be able to start hiring employees to help you with your tavern. Honestly, at the start, they're absolutely useless because they're incredibly expensive and get paid hourly. If you're only making like 20 silver a pop, there's absolutely no point in using these until late game. But there is an achievement called Teamwork, which is to hire an employee of each type. You can get a barkeeper, a bouncer, a waiter, and eventually a housekeeper.
Well, what, yo, hey, yo, what is that? Hey, yo, what is that housekeeper doing? Yo, little bro, chill. And a potential chance to waste drinks. You know what? That's worth it. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Next up is Deep Clean, which is to pick up another 60 pieces of junk. Easy peasy.
There it is. Deep Clean. I am the junk man, baby.
Then we have Homegrown, which is to harvest 300 crops. You're going to want to have lots of crops in this game because they will be your main source of making ale and food. You also need to pay attention to the seasons because winter will absolutely screw you over. You can buy seeds at the little mailbox in the front of your tavern, which is basically your shop vendor.
Homegrown, give me 300 crops.
Our next achievement is Clean as a Whistle, which is to clean 200 tables. As a customer eats and drinks, they start dirtying your tables. You can make them dirty less by using tablecloths and coasters, but you're required to clean 200 of them. And no, you cannot have your employees clean the tables for you. It will not count towards the achievement. But once you do the achievement, fly at it.
Clean as a whistle.
Remember how you bought your first fish tank? Well, guess what? You're going to have to buy 4 more. Welcome to the next achievement, Aquarist, where you need to obtain 5 different fish tanks. I loved all of them, so I bought 6.
Aquarist, 5 different fish tanks. There we go.
Speaking of fishing, there's Fishing Master, which requires you to catch 200 fish. Believe me, this one is horrendously easy compared to what you actually have to fish in this game.
Oh, there it is. Next stop, catching me a Megalodon.
Another random weird achievement is Praise the Corn, which is to harvest 50 corn plants. I mean, that's it. Just harvest corn. Cool.
There it is. Praise the corn. You could almost say that this was a corny achievement.
Next, we have Interior Designer, which is to get your tavern to comfort level 200. This is what I was talking about with building comfort. When you put furniture in your tavern, it adds to the comfort, but you have to make sure it's in the tavern zone. You can start constructing and building your tavern bigger, but you have to zone it out accordingly. There are places like Inn Zone, Crafting Zone, etc. If you build it within the tavern zone, it will add comfort. You need to get it up to level 200 comfort. And the way to do this is by placing items like coasters, fish tanks, and plants, making it look nice and hunky-dory. But keep in mind, you can't duplicate items. It's unique items that add towards the comfort level. Comfort increasing the reputation you get. So basically, think of it like an XP booster. More comfort, more XP.
200 comfort, more reputation. More reputation means more money. Easy peasy.
Now, here are some more of the challenging achievements. I'm gonna butcher this, but Piscivore, which is to serve 1,000 seafood dishes. I decided to focus on quantity over quality, so we're selling roasted fish and fish broth. You don't make much while doing this, but it's a lot of plates.
Oh, we got Piscivore, serve 1,000 seafood dishes. Oh, there it is.
Here's the start of one of the most brutal grinds in this game, Small Business Owner, which requires you to obtain 100 gold coins. It doesn't seem that bad, but realize that you cannot sell materials. The only way to make money in this game is to sell food and alcohol and rent out rooms in your inn. Nothing else. This makes storage an absolute atrocity.
Now we're actually 1/8 of the way to get the 800 gold, and we're only 20 hours into playtime. Oh no. We're at 69% of the way there, chat. 69%.
A nice easy achievement is Insomnia. You need to pass out at 3 in the morning 10 times. The only punishment you get, since there is no energy bar, is that you wake up at 11 a.m. instead of 6 a.m.
There it is. Insomnia overnight for 10 times. Perfect.
This next achievement introduces you to the asshole of a mascot. There's a special NPC that shows up at a certain type of day known as Crowley. This guy will sell you eggs. He is an exotic keeper, and there's a potential chance that when hatched, the egg will be one of multiple different types of breeds. You need to buy crackers and a perch, and once it hatches, you'll get the achievement. Yes, I named him Bird Shemmy because that is a great name. Steve Buscemi was fantastic in Boardwalk Empire, and I thought it would be tasteful for this type of game.
Ooh, explosion! We got a new bird! Hey, look at that. That's actually pretty sick.
Our next achievement is called Local Supplier. At the bulletin board where you can hire people to help out in your tavern, you can also take orders to gain XP, which can go into the skill tree to increase things like your cleaning speed, how fast you build, and how much you build, or even your sell prices. You need to complete 20 of these orders to receive the Local Supplier achievement.
Local Supplier, there it is, baby! Woo! That one took way too long.
Next up is the second of our 1,000 serve dishes, Herbivore, which is to serve 1,000 veggie dishes. We made veggie broth with sweet potatoes because doing anything else would have been a hassle. And roasting sweet potatoes doesn't count towards this achievement. Developers, please fix this, because now I have a tinfoil hat theory that sweet potatoes are officially not vegetables.
Oh, Herbivore! Woo! Finally, 1,000 veggie dishes are done, dude. Oh my god, what a grind.
So we've had to catch 200 fish, catch 10 unique fish, and get a fishing pole. Now for our final fishing achievement, More Fish in the Sea, which is to catch 25 different types of fish. This includes freshwater, saltwater, and using different types of bait. You have seafood bait, meat bait, normal tackle lure bait, maggots from trees, and worms from digging up the ground. This one was actually quite easy. It's more or less just waiting for the seasons.
There it is! Woo! We got a cod, baby! Actually, we might be a king fisherman. 25 fish, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
And the final one of our 1,000 dishes served is Carnivore, which is to serve 1,000 meat dishes. We ended up making meat broth for this one as well because it was the easiest to make.
Don't you complete while I'm on my way, bro. Bro, I was wanting to be in the barn when that happened.
Going back to Bird Shemmy, I mentioned that you have to buy crackers for him. There's an achievement called Early Bird that requires you to reach a maximum training level of your bird for the first time. To do this throughout the day, the bird will either say something positive about the inn or be a complete jackass and say something negative. If he says something positive, you feed him a cracker, which gives him knowledge points. Max out these points, and that's how you've earned the achievement. If you feed him when he's negative, he loses knowledge points. So basically, you're teaching him how to not be a toxic League player.
Oh, look at that. We just hit Early Bird. Nice.
As you progress through reputation levels, you unlock a new feature known as the Reception Desk, which gives you access to the second floor and the ability to start renting out rooms to customers for gold. It is horribly expensive though. 1 square is 1 gold, not to mention the cost of wooden planks and nails. Then you have to buy all the furniture. Each with its own independent comfort level, the achievement Good Host requires you to rent out 100 rooms. This takes forever. But a good strategy is to hire a housekeeper with a special negative trait that gives a 20% chance for guests to stay 1 less night. You say negative, I call it gains.
Good Host. 100 rooms done, baby.
Now we get to the final stretch, the absolute grind. The most repetitive BS achievement is Business Owner, which requires you to earn 800 gold. To give you an idea, at the most efficient point using melons, the absolute goat of this game, and yogurt parfaits because you can also use melons, double melon power, baby. I was earning approximately 50 gold an hour. This was with the highest quality of ale, Grand Reserve. It was a monotonous grind, but I did it. And oh baby, my neurons were firing off when it was done.
There it is. Business owner. 800 gold. Let's go, baby. We're done. Over 40 goddamn hours to farm this shit out, dude.
Once I got this achievement, it was time to increase the tavern's load a little bit. I had to get 50 people in my tavern at one time to get the Do You Have a Reservation achievement. This requires 2 employees with a trait that increases the max number of people in your tavern. Normally, you can get about 24 to 25 at a high level, so I did some more building, added some more tables, maxed out those employees' talents, and managed to get over 60 people in the tavern.
There it is! Do you have your reservation? There it is, baby! 50 customers in here at one time. Look at my shop, baby! Look at this tavern. It is so successful. Last achievement, chat. Last achievement. Here we go.
And the final achievement, which is Recycle Art, which requires you to purchase 50 decorations from Wilson. Thankfully, it doesn't have to be 50 unique decorations. To give you an idea, 1 trash equals 1 token. The cheapest thing in the shop is 8 tokens. So every single day, I ran north, dug all the holes, ran south, dug all the holes, went to the beach, dug all the holes, then started fishing and picked up the trash on the beach. I needed enough fish to make traps, which to have a chance of catching either trash or seafood that can be used as bait. I used fish for traps, shellfish for bait, day after day, over and over again. Extreme monotony. Finally, after buying so many Perler coasters, I completed this 0.1% achievement, finishing all 36 achievements for Traveler's Rest.
Don't screw me over. Give me that 100%. There it is, baby. There it is! Give me that 100% achievement. Boom. Done. Look at this. 100% completed. That's another game.
It took me a grand total of 48 hours to complete all the achievements. My review of this game is that it has a great core foundation. It is actually solid, but it lacks substance. Feels like it's missing some core features and needs balancing for food prices because everything costs the same. It overwhelms you with decision paralysis because there's too many items that all do the same thing. Some recipes require butter, sugar, and oil, but the final product might only give you 1 extra silver. It's just not worth the hassle. Remember, I did this before the brand new update came out for the town, so a lot might change. Based on my experience, I would say it's a good game, but I wouldn't suggest buying it as a full experience. However, if you like supporting early access games, this one could be a worthy investment. But there you go, my dudes, the second episode of Pixel Perfect. Make sure to like and subscribe to feed the algorithm gods and leave a comment with a suggestion for the next potential game. But anyways, my dudes, I gotta get back to the achievement grind. Stay tuned for the next Pixel Perfect video. Stay safe, happy grinding, and peace out.
What's going on?